Hey guys, my name is Joe. I'm from secureyourcircle.com. Today we're going to go over some malware, specifically ransomware and Trojans. First, disclaimer, please don't try this at home. If you have epilepsy, please be cognizant some of these malware do have extreme flashing. And lastly, this will destroy your PC. First up, ransomware. What is it? Well, it's software that encrypts your data and then makes it inaccessible until you pay a ransom. Secondly, what's a Trojan? Trojans download and install other malicious software. Unlike a virus or a worm, they typically need to be user interacted and executed. Lastly, GDI malware is a graphics device interface malware that will manipulate what we see, hence the epilepsy warning. Today, I'm going to show us four malware, one classified as a GDI malware, one as a Trojan, and one as a ransomware. The fourth, we're going to see what happens with it. I don't know the exact class of it. That'll be interesting. Another caveat, I'm going to run Malwarebytes after execution to see if the process of these executables can be reversed or not. If it does reverse it, I will rerun the malware so you can see its destruction in its entirety. Let's get started. All right, guys, so I have run the WannaCry virus. You can see that this pop-up comes up. There are a bunch of files that get copied onto the desktop here. You can see on the left. And the Wanted Decryptor 1.0 gives you this fair warning that your important files are now encrypted. Many of your documents, photos, videos, databases, and other files are no longer accessible because they have been encrypted. Can you recover your files? Sure, we guarantee that you can recover all of your files safely and easily. Please, if this happens to you, proceed at your own risk. If you do submit any type of payment, be rest assured that you may not get that back. You may not get your data back. You only have 3 days to submit the payment. After that, the price will be doubled. If you don't pay in about a week's time, you won't be able to recover your files forever. How do you pay? You pay via Bitcoin to this digital address. I am going to run Malwarebytes to see if it can pick up this virus, clean it. I will preface that even if a virus scan does detect the virus, the malware, and it cleans it, there's collateral damage. The affected files are not going to be fixed. They're going to remain as is. So while the virus and or malware may be wiped from the system, there is going to be some residual damage left over. A lot of that information could be your valuable photos, music, what have you. So keep that in mind. And you can see here that Malwarebytes is picking up the various detections. It appears that it found 18 items. We're going to quarantine and see if... Well, you can see that the pop-up is now gone. Some of the files just were removed from the desktop. And I'm going to go ahead and click yes here and let it finish its process. And we'll be right back upon boot. All right, we are back logged in. You can see that the WannaCry virus source files have been removed here on the left. I just copied the WannaCry virus back on. I will not run Malwarebytes. And you can see what happens as a result. I clicked on the WannaCry virus. You can see that it's recopying its source files back onto the desktop. The countdown then does resume. And what happens is when I try to X out of here, it basically is an annoying persistence pop-up that will cycle perpetually. And there's the pop-up again. And you can keep Xing out and it'll keep coming back up. And the timer will run out. And eventually, you're not going to be able to get your data back. So don't run the WannaCry virus. Okay, so the second virus we have on tap is the chlorine.exe. It is a Trojan horse. It disguises itself as a legitimate software, and I believe we're going to see quite a few malicious behaviors, that being the persistence mechanism of a virus that we just saw in WannaCry. We're going to see some graphical disruption. we're going to see some execution of many VB scripts. And here you see I've got Malwarebytes open, and I'm going to run Chlorine, run as admin. Do you want to allow this app from an unknown publisher to make changes to your device? Absolutely. Warning, you are about to run Chlorine exe version 2.0 that will damage your system. Creator is not responsible for any damages made using this Trojan. Still want to run it? Only warning is I don't know how to make a second one. LMAO, yes. And at the moment, not a lot going on. Oh boy, here we go. Okay. And I'm just clicking okay as much as I can here. Now I'm gonna run our scan to see if Malwarebytes is gonna pick it up. Look at this. Look at this graphical disruption here. Is Malwarebytes even running? Let's see, it's not detecting anything at this point. Now you can see that, oh, here we go. Now we're going haywire. Still can't see or do anything now. The scanning of Malwarebytes is still going. You can see the counter still going up, but there is no access to it. I can't seem to, and it did find a detection, but I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to click on this to get it to quarantine. It's found 16. Now it's up to 18 detections. This is extremely annoying. And it hurts my eyes. 18. Still 18. Let's see if I can find this. It's still looking. Unfortunately, I can't click to quarantine or clean it. It's still counting. And here we go, quarantine. I kind of can see that on the screen. You can see it only made it worse. I feel like that made it worse. Escape doesn't work. We've got a Control-Alt-Delete works. Task Manager, can I pull that up? I can, but I can't see anything. And it's just only getting worse. There's no sound on this. I don't hear any sound. And this is Chlorine. This is Chlorine 2.0. And that's it. Blue screen of death. So Malwarebytes wasn't able to clean this one. You saw what this did in its entirety, and it's now it's in a reboot stage. So it just rebooted, and you can see that now there's no boot device, not found, can't find a hard disk, and so that's it. It literally just destroyed that PC, and we'll set up for the third one just shortly. All right, guys, so back to virus number 3. We have the Horror Trojan Ultimate Edition .executable that we are going to run against Malwarebytes. You can see that I've already prepped the system. I'm going to run this administrator, and here we go. So when you click yes, a pop-up comes up. Do you want to play with me? Also known as destroy your PC. Absolutely. And here it says go to sleep. Okay. And now it's changed our background. It's now copied a bunch of files to the desktop. We've got images popping up randomly. Now I'm going to run my scan. And now there's a countdown timer. You can see this pop-up Horror Trojan Ultimate Edition destroyed your PC. Enjoy your PC slowly die. Okay. I am running this. You can see it has detected something here. Let me pull this down. I can do a Control-Alt-Delete, but there is no task manager. So far, all of the buttons are still working. Malwarebytes is detect up to 6 detections thus far. I am going to assume that when this counter goes down to 0, the PC will reboot or something worse will happen. At the moment, there are 10 detections, more red on the screen than ever before. I can't click out of any of these. And I'm really curious as to if Malwarebytes can finish before this timer is up. Will it be able to clean it or reverse this process? Most likely not, but that's why we're running this. Let's find out. And we're running out of time here. Still at 14 detections. None of these are clickable. None of these desktop icons are clickable. Actually, that one is Malwarebytes. It is clickable. But still, nothing else happening here. The item scanner it has slowed down to a crawl. I'm sure that's on purpose. And we're about up, and it doesn't look like the scan is going to finish in time. Item scan actually just doubled. Will it make it in time? And it doesn't look like it's going to happen. This most likely is going to reboot and or crash. And oh, there's a quick quarantine. Is it going to make it in time? Negative. There's our device ran into a problem, and I'm going to assume that this thing is wiped just like chlorine did. This is the same BSOD. Okay, we are on our last virus, Neurozine EX64.executable. We are going to run this. You can see that I've already prepped. We've got Malwarebytes up. I'm going to run this as administrator. Neurozine is a GDI malware, a graphics device interface malware. It will have some disturbing visuals. If disclaimer, if you have epilepsy, please proceed with caution. Do you want to allow this app run from an unknown publisher? Yes, we do. And this is a GDI only run. And I'm going to click yes. Are you sure? It still contains flashing lights, not for epilepsy. Yes, I'm going to run this. And the system has reached the maximum size allowed for the system part of the registry. Additional storage requests will be ignored. Oh, look at that. And I was hoping to click run on Malwarebytes, but it got to it too quickly. I can't do anything. Control-Alt-Delete does work. It's Task Manager. And so Task Manager does come up, but you can see that it just distorts it, and I can't click on anything else. And I'm trying to click the scan button. Nothing is happening. The visuals are getting worse, as you can see. And this is, at this point, it's inoperable. I'm clicking away. Nothing is happening. I am pressing escape, and every once in a while, you do see some flashes of some pop-up windows, but you can't do anything with them. And look at this, it's getting worse. And maybe I just got the scanner to actually do its scan, and it's now detecting. I don't know how I got that to click, but it did, and it's running a scan. But the thing is, I don't think I'm going to be able to quarantine that. You can see the visuals are almost non-existent. I'm pressing escape. I'm trying to see if this will kind of refresh in a way that I can click on something, but again, nothing. Everything is scrambled, as you can see. Doesn't even look like the same language. And this is what malware does, folks. Don't click on Neurozine 64.exe. It will render your PC useless. And you can see here, I'm trying my best here to try and get that back up, and it's not coming back up. All right, this will conclude our video for today. Please join me at www.secureyourcircle.com, and we'll see you next week.